Thank you to all the teachers that have helped us learn during these hard times.
I still do show appreciation to my teacher, Mrs. Nearby, who sadly passed. She was a great teacher.
For Teachers Appreciation Week, I want to thank all my teachers who have helped me through the struggles and going through the quarantine. I want to thank Miss Mazza, Miss Abate, Miss Corio, Miss Patzakos, Mr. Davis, and Mr. Johnson. And a special thanks to Miss Nearby, who I will never forget what she taught me and who will no longer be with us.
Thank you to all my teachers for putting in the time and effort into teaching me and my classmates important skills throughout this rough time.
I'm glad to be one of your students. A million thanks to you all. Mr. Kim, Mrs. Coria, Mrs. Whalen, Senorita Oliver, Mrs. Garamone, and Mrs. Redondo.
Thank you, Miss Garamone, for teaching me new math. Thank you, Miss Whalen, for improving my ELA. Thank you, Mr. Davis, for improving and teaching me new science.
Thank you, Miss Coria, for making media the funnest class and being the greatest teacher of all time.
Thank you, Mr. Kim, for making class fun.
Thank you, Miss G. You're the best math teacher ever.
Thank you to all my teachers. They really impacted my life and made learning fun.
Thank you to all my teachers for making me have such a wonderful life and making me able to be the smart boy I am. You made all the work very fun, and I'll never forget all of you.
Thank you, Ms. Costa, for going above and beyond and helping me have a successful school year. I'm really going to miss you in 8th grade.
Thank you, Miss Corio, for not only being one of the best and most fun teachers I've ever had, but for also always checking up on me, and not just me, all of her students, and just caring so much about us.
Thank you to all my wonderful teachers who had a great impact on my life.
Thank you, Miss Carol. You know how to make school very fun, enthusiastic, and very funny. And you're one of the best science teachers I had.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Thank you, Miss Mulligan and Miss Polly, for making class fun.
Thank you, Miss Polly. You're the best teacher because you're nice to me. And
Thank you, Miss Oliver. You really make Spanish fun.
Miss Coria is one of my favorite teachers. She knows how to keep the class fun and she gives fun assignments.
Thank you, Mr. Caruana and Mr. Garcia, for making online social studies fun. And I hope you're okay out there.
Teacher is Miss Corio because she always helps me every time I ask a question, and she makes me the best of who I am and to the best of my ability.
Thank you, Miss Charavino and Miss Goldman. You guys are the best math teachers ever.
Thank you, Mr. Reichart, for everything that you taught me, and thank you for making tech such a fun class to go to.
Thank you all teachers for helping me learn and impacting my life.
A teacher I picked for Teacher Appreciation Week is Miss Corio because she taught me how to use a computer for schoolwork. Thank you.
Thank you to all my teachers at I.S.24.
One of the teachers that I appreciate out of the many teachers is Miss Harlan because she always believes in me and she always takes her time with me to make sure I really understand all the topics, and she always cares for her students.
Thank you, Miss Murray, for always making me try my best.
Thank you to all my teachers. I really appreciate the work you do for me and all the other students. And thank you for being someone we can turn to with our troubles. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Thank you, Mr. Sarah, for making a big impact on my life.
Thank you, Miss Carol, for helping us get through this time.
Thank you, Mr. Lujos, for trying your best to adapt to remote learning.
Thank you, Ms. Corio, for making media a fun class and one that I actually looked forward to going to.
Thank you, Miss Clausy, for continuing to make dance even more fun.
Thank you, Mr. Madelon. I enjoy coming into your class every day, and I enjoy the stories you tell. This shot's for you.
Thank you to all my teachers. You've really made an impact in my life.
Thank you, Ms. Marcantonio, for teaching me a lot about science and a lot of other life lessons.
I want to thank all the teachers for the online lessons and for helping us through this difficult time. Thank you.
I want to thank all my teachers for helping me in my path to successful school years.
Thank you, Mr. Toronto, for making social studies awesome.
Thank you to all my teachers. You all made an impact on my life and you all taught me many new things. I will never forget you.
Thank you to all of my teachers who are working very hard to help us learn at home. Can't wait to see you soon.
Thank you, Miss Corio, for teaching me everything I know about media and making the last 3 years at I.S.24 the best years ever.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers, for keeping a lighthearted atmosphere at the time of this quarantine. It's amazing to have a little bit of leniency during this time of urgency.
Thank you, Mr. Toronto. You really know how to make the class fun during this very hard time.
Thank you, Miss Amoroso. Your classes are always the best and the most fun.
Hi, Miss Meza. Hey, thank you for making class so much fun. You care about your students, and I really miss you, and I hope your family is safe.
I'd like to thank all the teachers for helping us through remote learning and all they've done.
Thank you, Mr. Mazzari. I'm so happy I got to be in your class this year and be part of the TAP program. 24 does more. Woo!
I just want to say thank you to Mr. Masseri and Ms. Amoroso for making this the best year of science ever.
Thank you, Ms. Corio, for helping me in my media projects in various ways.
Thank you, Ms. Corio, for being the best media teacher and making class fun.
Thank you, Ms. Causey, for making dance class easy and fun to be in.
I'm also thankful for Mr. Genos and Ms. O'Connor, always pushing me to be my best physically and mentally. Ms. Bruno pushing me to be better in math and is the best homeroom teacher.
Hi, Mr. Turu. Thank you for always helping us understand the work and explaining it to us as best as possible.
Thank you for everything, Ms. Argandizzo.
Thank you, Ms. Corio, for teaching me for the past 2 years and dealing with my, as you would say, sketchiness.
Thank you, Mrs. Argandizzo, and all the other teachers.
Thank you, Miss Archer, for making science that much more fun. I appreciate all the work you've ever done for us. You're one of the nicest teachers I've ever met.
I want to thank Mrs. Corio, Miss Causey, Mrs. Esposito, and Mrs. Amoroso for making class fun. I'm gonna miss you all.
I like to say thank you to my teachers for being a huge inspiration and making my 3 years here at I.S.24 unforgettable and incredible. Thank you.
I would like to thank all the teachers that have taught me in I.S.24 and how they impacted my life.
Thank you, Ms. Mazza.
Thank you, Ms. Bizzaro, for making class so easy.
Thank you, Mr. Masseri, Mr. Matt, Mr. Wilson, Ms. Corio, and Ms. Personette for everything you guys do for me.
Hi, Mr. Mullen. I just want to say thank you for all the help you've given me. I really appreciate you.
Thank you to all my teachers who have made an impact in my life and are working hard right now to make remote learning more fun.